Hi guys, it's AJ. In this video I'm going to explain why Karma is the best champ in set 4. It all comes down to one word: flexibility. Set 4 has been the most rigid set so far, with most comps needing to hit a bunch of champs and best in slot items to work properly. But Karma has a ton of options for comps, which means you can play it in almost all of your games. So let's start with items. First, you need a mana item, which can either be Shojin's or blue buff. Dark blue buff can work, but since you usually run at least 2 Dawnbringers, she'll out heal the dark blue buff passive. By the time she hits it again, she'll have cast enough times to be at 10 mana, so it just goes to waste. But if it's all you can get, it's better than no. Next, you need Jeweled Gauntlet for it to really come online. But the third item is where flexibility really comes into it. You can run Infinity Edge or Rabadons for a glass cannon build that can decimate enemy backlines, and against comps like Redeemed and Rangers, you can sometimes kill the enemy carries before they even cast once. You can run Hextech Gunblade or either Hand of Justice if you want to add some sustain into the mix, or you can opt for a more defensive third item with Guardian Angel, which can be great in lobbies which have assassin players or strong champions that can kill your Karma before she fully ramps up, like Heimerdinger. Now we're going to look into comms, but first, if you're enjoying the video and it's helping you out, please drop a like. It'd be a huge help for me to gauge if the content is working and if I should do more like it. But back to comps, and this is where flexibility really comes into it, so I'd argue the only other champ you really need is Ivern. That's because it gives Karma everything she needs to succeed with the Invoker buff, and Daisy giving a great frontline unit to help protect her. Now all you really need is one other Dawnbringer, and Soraka is a great choice since she has a great spell, can stand next to Karma and shield her in a corner, and she synergizes with Ivern through the Renewer, creating a trifecta for victory. To feel like your comp, you need some sort of frontline to make sure Karma has time to ramp up, but you have so many options here. You can go Brawlers with Volibear, who brings Revenant to the table and compare with Gragas, throw in Garen or Riven to hit 4 Dawnbringers, or throw in both and pair with a Nidalee for 6 Dawnbringers for even more survivability. If you aren't hitting Dawnbringers, you can use a Knight frontline with Taric and Garen, or even Leona or Thresh if you low roll. You can add in Rel if you feel like you need more CC. As long as the unit is tanky, it should work out in your favour, since all you really need them to do is keep Karma alive for as long as possible. In terms of backline, you can run Nidalee like we previously mentioned, since she's great at disrupting the backline and adding to your Dawnbringer count, but since her recent buffs, she's been using skirmisher comps a lot. So what else can we run? Well, depending on how you start, and we'll get to that soon, you can run Invokers and Heimer, since this gives Karma even more mana for even more casts, and more casts is more wins. But it also gives you a second carry. Running Invokers means you also have Syndra, who is a great defensive unit, and I can't tell you how many times she's thrown a Diana off my Karma just before she cast and saved the entire fight for me. So now that you know what comps you can use to win, let's discuss how you get there, and this is where you get even more flexibility, since the items Karma uses are great on so many early game champs, you can roll with whatever you're given. If you hit Ziggs, you can run Hellions and flex in champs like Thresh or Nautilus to get those early knights who can hold any tank items you get for Garen or Volibear. From there you can add in Dawnbringer units as you get them, and since Hellions are strong early, you can remain healthy while you push levels to hit your Karma. Maybe you hit Lysandra. Well then, you can run Vladimir or Soraka for early renewers paired with Gragas and you're well on your way. You can even run LeBlanc or Katarina with Kha'Zix. Personally, my least favourite start is Brand, since he throws his ult at so many different targets he tends to walk into the middle of a fight and just die. But, if you hit an early Nunu, you can make it work by spreading your Karma items over all 3 early abominations and just let Sion carry you to the mid game. In contrast, my favourite start is hitting an early Lux, since she's a surprisingly strong unit with Karma items, and you can lean into Redeemed, picking up Syndra for an Invoker start, and if Karma's highly contested, just play for 6 Redeemed. You can easily hit top 4 since it's a strong comp. And I'm sure there's champs I've missed that you can make work, because with these ideas, all roads lead to Karma. Now, we've talked about flexibility a lot in this video, but it isn't the only great thing about this build. Because once you know what you're aiming for, you can focus on your econ and your leveling, and since you're practicing pivoting in every game, you're actually practicing the core fundamentals of TFT, and these skills will carry over to every other set and allow you to climb consistently time and time again. And that's why this is the best comp TFT has ever had. If this video has helped you in any way, please drop a like, subscribe, pass it on to a friend, help them climb, and swing by my Twitch, watch it in action. I'll leave the link in the doobly-doo. Until next time guys, thanks so much for watching and take it easy. Bye!